Hey guys, this is Keiko 2000 and I am here today at 2:48 a.m. getting ready to leave for a place called Surf City. My bags are packed all over there. I don't know if you can see that. My bed has like my sleeping bag on it and all that stuff. I leave at 5 a.m. and so, I got another like 2-something hours before I got to go. And, I wanted to tell you guys some stories. I tell my friends stories, and some of my friends and I, we reminisce about our Surf City years before, because Surf City is lit, bruh. And this will be my 4th year at Surf City, and it's going to be awesome, and it's going to be so much fun. We get into this routine at Surf City, and when you go, you're there, and you know what you're expecting, and even though you're expecting it, it's still as fun as the first time. Although the first time is always, like, the best, because, nothing is expected, like, you're seeing. But, it's still worth it to go every single year after that, because it's still awesome. So, I made a little list of the stories I wanted to tell you. I didn't write out the stories like a script, because that's just too much work. I just put the Surf City things down in the points. So I just put in sand, fish in mouth, being stolen from, hammock initiation. Those are the 4 topics, 4 stories I'm going to tell you about today. And then in part 2 of this video, which is going to be on my vlog channel, linked down in the description down below, it's going to be, these are the topics: Not Black, Mud Run, and Rats in Cabin. So, look out for that. So, guys, for today's video, I want to talk about what you guys have clicked on the title for, and the title is going to be, I got drunk and blacked out. Now let me explain. I am 14. I am underage. No, I did not get drunk from alcohol, guys. Especially not at a Christian camp. That's not gonna happen. But, basically, in 6th grade, I was a very shy person. All the way from kindergarten to 6th grade, I was very shy. I was quiet. I stayed in the background. I didn't have too many friends. I mean, I had friends, and I would be crazy around them, but any person that wasn't my friend, I would take a very long time to warm up to. So, my summer camp all year long, I had, barely any friends. And this was before anyone from my school had went, and, I had, 1 or 2 friends, and I would talk to them, but I still wasn't, crazy, like I am now. So, this is my first year. I'm in 6th grade, and I'm excited, so excited to go to Surf City, because my brother, he went all these years before me, and he would come home, and he would tell me and my family about it, and it sounded awesome. I really wanted to go. I've been waiting for this. So we get on the bus to go to Surf City, and we go. We're there, and we're going through the week, and progressively I'm getting more and more hype. And by that I mean I'm not staying in the corner anymore. I'm going out, I'm shouting, I'm dancing, I'm yelling. And one thing you have to know about me is that whenever I warm up to you, I warm up to you. I start screaming, I start flailing around, I get more energetic, I get more out there. Now, in current day, I can go and I can talk to random strangers and, try to give them a leaf, which is actually in my phone case. Real quick side note, whenever I went on a college tour, I tried to give this leaf away. Where's my leaf? Is my leaf really not here right now? Oh, I took it out and put it in a bag. Sorry, guys. But anyways, yeah, I did do that, and it was pretty hype. It was pretty lit. My friends were embarrassed. A lot of my friends get embarrassed when they're around me, because I am literally that much out there. So anyways, going back to the story, I was going crazy. And so me and this girl, I forget exactly who it was. We're still friends, but I forget which of my friends I was playing with. So we were fake fighting, right? And she got this cup of sand. It was this styrofoam cup. Think about this, but styrofoam, and just one of those white cups. And she filled it with sand. And she was threatening to pour it on my bed. This was all for fun of games. It wasn't a real fight, but she was threatening to pour it on my bed. And I was getting crazy. I'm like, you want to pour it on my bed? You want to pour it on my bed? And I picked up the cup full of sand to the brim. Sand that they got from the waterfront or the beach, which is by the lake. And there's all the sand there, and you could play in it and stuff, so it has rocks and dirt and all this. I take the cup. I do exactly what you're about to see now. Yeah. I ate the sand. I took the cup and I literally just dumped it. And as soon as I did that, I knew I messed up. Because, let me tell you something about sand, guys. You're not supposed to eat it. You're not supposed to drink it. And when you do, it kind of... Think about the cinnamon challenge, okay? You get it in there. And then you start to die. And that's exactly what happened to me. I started choking, and this was in our cabin. So whenever I poured that sand on me, like a bunch of sand didn't make it into my mouth because it was full to the brim. It was like this big of a styrofoam cup, just full of sand. So I dumped it on me, and all this sand rushed down, and it's just a puddle in front of my bed of sand. And I start choking and gagging, and I run out the cabin door because it's nighttime. I run out, and I start spitting it out on the floor, literally dying, while everyone around is laughing. And it's the most hilarious thing, but at the time, I was so scared for a second because I thought I was gonna die. But you know what? It was all good, guys. I survived. I finished hacking up all that sand, and I was still crazy. I was still drunk, and I'll tell you why I was drunk in a second. And so I went back inside, ran back into the cabin, and there was this half-eaten cookie on the sink, and there was hair and everything, and I don't know, it's so nasty. But I picked up the half-eaten cookie, and I ate it. And then I spit it out into the trash can. So I, like, put it in my mouth, chewed it for a second, and then threw it back into the trash can. Just for the purpose of eating that cookie that it was very, very gross. Like, it was disgusting. But it was chocolate chip cookies, so at least I got the flavor, you know what I mean? And the reason why I did this is because when I go to Surf City and I get crazy, I literally, like, black out, guys. Like, the one thing you have to give me is root beer and chocolate together. So I'll drink some root beer, eat some chocolate, and I will literally go berserk on you. I think that's only at Surf City purposes, but those two things together gets me hype. I love chocolate, I love root beer, and those together just literally, like, it actually made me get drunk and black out. I barely can remember some of the things that happened at Surf City after I eat some of that stuff. And, like, my friends told me that last year I ate sand too. No memory. No memory of eating sand last year at all. There's so many things that I just blank out at Surf City, and that's why I'm happy I'm going to be vlogging and at least can hopefully get those blackout moments. But oh my gosh, sometimes I'm worried that I'm not going to be crazy or hype at Surf City and I'll disappoint some people, but honestly, just give me some root beer and chocolate and I'm done. So that was the first story, which took long enough to explain. So, next topic, fish in mouth. Okay, so there's this guy who goes to my summer camp, and this happened last year when we were at Surf City. So, we're winning all of these challenges. Like, I'm talking about we won the basketball tournament. Literally, we were playing against our own camp because we won against everyone else. So, we won basketball. We won karaoke 2 times out of the 3 that you could win. 2, my dudes, 2! We played Capture the Flag at night. Glow in the dark, capture the flag at night up in the sand dunes. The girls won every single round out of 3. We won every single game. Like, it's hype. It's like we're done. Like, excuse me, we're winning everything. We gotta go. The only thing we didn't really win was the regatta, which is like a boat race. But you know, that wasn't our strong suit, and we still won everything. So it's still lit. Every day we lit. Hey. Anyways, I'm taking way too long to explain this. Anyways. So we were winning all of these things, and it is super, like, it's hype. And so there's this boy who goes to my summer camp. I'm not going to say his name just in case. But they have this challenge where we're at this place where we have seminar, and there's all these stone benches around, and it's crowded around this big stage, right? So the people at Surf City, they're like, we're going to have a contest for a bunch of points, right? And we're like, already raising our hands, we're going. Like, it doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's for points, like, we're doing it. Like, we're going to win. We're not going to let you get there before we can, so you might as well just pick us already. So anyways, we all have our hands up, right? And they explain that this challenge is, they bring out these tanks. huge fish in it. Fish about this big, no lie, no joke. And they're swimming around, and they're like, you guys have to bob in and catch the fish with your mouth. So, they bring all these contestants from every single camp up, because we don't go with just our camp. There's, like, literally, like, 10 other camps there. So, we all come up, and we're all split onto teams. Okay, so there's 4 teams. So, we're on the blue team. And this guy from my camp, he goes up, and he's like, I'm going to do this. I am going to catch this fish in my mouth. And then they start going. They literally stick their heads into these huge tanks filled with these huge big fish, and they're trying to catch it with their mouths. Like, arr, arr, arr. And then the moment happens. The moment that changed the points. He went down, and he bit the fish and caught it in his mouth and pulled it back up and held it up like a champion. And it's like, and the fish is just there, literally caught in his mouth. He caught it with his mouth. Think about that. A fish swimming around in a tank. You bob your head in and you pull the fish out. And it was flopping around in his mouth and he was just holding it up. Dude, we got pictures and stuff like that. I don't have the picture personally, so I can't put it up. Plus, I don't know if he wants that out there. So, but that was awesome. And we were hype. And just so you guys know, we won the trophy last year. So, I mean, I don't want to brag, but, like, I'm bragging. Because it's, like, an achievement. I mean, whatever. Okay, now, let's talk about whenever I was stolen from. This happened last year also. Now, it wasn't that big of a deal to me, but at the time, I was a little mad, but I took it well. I wasn't, like, screaming at anyone or anything. So, when you go to Surf City, they give you these wristbands, and on the wristbands is a number, and that number controls your account for, like, whenever you go to the cafe, you have, like, a certain amount of money on there, and that number is how you get access to your money to buy things. So, these 2 girls in my cabin, not gonna say their names, these 2 girls looked at my wristband, looked at my number, because, excuse me, they had spent all of their money on snacks and stuff, but, like, 2 days into the week, and this money is supposed to last you for the entire 5 days that we're there, so they still have 3 more days to go without any money, so they decided that it was a good idea to take mine. So, through these couple days, they're looking at my wrist, they're making jokes, they're like, hey, let me see your wrist, let me take your money, and obviously I'm like, no, stop. I go to sleep. And apparently they looked at my wrist, memorized the number. It's not that hard of a number to memorize, but they memorized the number, put it in their heads, and then they bought, with all of the rest of my money, they bought everything that they could with that. And the reason why they got caught is because my counselor, she saw that they had all this stuff, and she was like, where did you get all of this stuff? Because you've been complaining this entire week that you didn't have any money left, so how do you have all this stuff? And they couldn't come up with a good lie, and she finally got it out of one of them. She didn't really bring in the second one, because the second one was just kind of there, and the first one bought it for her, but she still stole it. I mean, come on. But she found out, she caught the first girl, and she brought her into the cabin, and I came back from horseback riding, and she's like, Kiera, I need, this girl needs to tell you something. Sat down in the cabin, and she's like, Kiera, darling. That's how she started off. She's hilarious, guys. Like, she's awesome. I wish she was coming this year. But she's like, Kiera, darling, I'm sorry. And she kept trying to go around, like, what she was trying to say, and then finally it came out, and I was like, what? I was confused. I was like, okay, then. And then I didn't have any money left for the rest of the trip. It was sad, but, you know, my friends helped me out. The counselors helped me out, so it's okay. And I got paid back, so it's lit, guys. So, yeah, I got stolen from. Alright, last thing to talk about before my time goes out is the hammock initiation. So this was also my first year. So I was going to Surf City, and I was with my friends, and I had gotten a kind of a big group of friends after being crazy and stuff, and that we all go to the same camp. And we saw these hammocks that Surf City has, and it's by the playground, and there's these big hammocks. And we decided that you know, we wanted to lay on the hammocks. Just a normal thing. You want to lay out on the hammocks, relax. Because we have a lot of free time at Surf City. So we're like, let's go. So we just start laying on the hammocks. And my two friends on the side, they start pushing each other. And they start going higher and higher until finally they push each other so hard they flip around and face plant on the ground. And, you know, for some reason, we're all like, wow, we should do this too. So we decided that we were going to be like a crew. We're going to be a crew. So we start saying, this is our initiation. You have to go in the hammock, and you gotta swing, they gotta push you, and you gotta flip over. You gotta keep going until you flip over. I got spit on the camera, I'm sorry. So you gotta do that, right? So we're going. Now my friend Tylee, you guys have seen her in the videos before. We push her. She flips over, face plants. Her glasses go flying. I thought they were going to break. They didn't break. Beneath the hammock, so it's not just like cement or anything. It's sand. So it wasn't soft because we were all the way in the air and face planting. But it was softer than it could have been. And she's face planting. We thought she was going to be hurt. We were like, ooh, 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 ah. And then she's like, I'm going to do that again. And we all just started doing that, and I went up and I completely face planted. Like, I'm talking about face buried in the sand. That's how hard I fell. And I think that was one of the best moments at Surf City, is doing the hammocks. And it was lit. It was lit, guys. It was absolutely lit. So I hope you guys enjoyed this story times of my adventures with my friends at Surf City. We got into some trouble. I got stolen from. I face planted a lot. I ate some sand. I got drunk. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I love you so much. Thank you for watching, and look out for more scheduled videos, because right now I am at Surf City. So whenever I get back, get ready for some more story times, because I'm sure I'm gonna have some. Alright, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. And, goodbye. Check out part 2 on my vlog channel.